morning and welcome aboard, everyone. My name is HarleyTrek, and these are the voyages. Today is Saturday, July 16, 2016, and I hope this day finds you well. It is, I don't think, not quite 8 o'clock in the morning yet. And I just had to get out before it got hot and stupid and get a little ride in on the Sportster here. I've been off this week, took a few vacation days. You know, I've mentioned that my mom and stepdad are moving to the area, so they have a buyer for their house, but she's being a royal pain in the back of the front, and they're dealing with that. She came down a few days, and we went looking for real estate, and let me tell you, there ain't a whole lot on the market right now. One that's affordable, and two, if it is affordable, that is not one step above shantytown. So that's going to be an ongoing thing. If they do close the house before they get things sorted here, then I will host them. We'll set their bed up in my guest room, which is a gym, and I'll just collapse the old treadmill and shove the Bowflex against the wall, and that should be big enough for them to set up their bed. Oh, I got a bike behind me, and I'm just taking my own sweet time. But I was out, didn't spend a whole lot of time on the bike this week, although I was out yesterday. I had a dentist appointment yesterday morning early, so I rode the Sporty to that, and it was great. And had dinner last night with my ex-wife and her aunt and uncle, which I still consider my aunt and uncle. We do that fairly regularly, and come time to leave the house, like he turned off, and it was just 89 degrees outside, so I thought, well, let's take Betty, and I thought to do a motovlog during that ride, but I'd forgotten that it was Friday afternoon, and Friday afternoon around here is just absolutely flipping insane for traffic. It was the hottest, most maddening, fury-inducing ride I think I've had in a long, long time. Repaved all this, so this is just gorgeous. But I thought not to vlog any of that, just for the simple fact that I don't necessarily want you guys to discover the full depth and breadth of my foul language vocabulary. So we just let that go. But I mean, I was covered in sweat from head to toe, and it was just not a good experience. It's a shame that not every ride can be therapeutic. That one definitely was not. But this morning is glorious. Got a homeowners associating meeting at 11 this morning, so I thought I'd get out and burn some petrol before that. I was appointed the ERSAT's president of the HOA last year. Through no particular skill or desire, it's just that I was the new kid on the block, and by not been a terrible burden, and I still have 1 year left on my term. But we have a meeting every year, and this is that. We've got a privacy fence, a typical wooden privacy fence that rings our community on 3 sides that's going to need some love. So I was charged with getting some quotes for that, and it's I never thought that fencing could be so flippin' expensive. Some of it's going to have to be replaced, and we're talking in excess of $8,000 to repair and replace. Now this is a mighty hefty fence, yes, but I could not believe my eyes. And I still don't have enough quotes. I mean, I've been working on this for a month, but who knew there was a fence building season? But there is, and we're in it. And I've contacted 6 or 7 companies, and they're saying, well, it's going to be 2-3 months before we can get to you to give you a quote. So they're just going to have to hold the horses. We're going to have some kind of special dispensation to pay for this thing, because we don't have enough money in the full budget to get it done. I haven't done this in a while, but I'm going to give a shout out. Thanks to Freedom Rider up in Connecticut Way, he has turned me on to a new motovlogger, and I am, if his early ventures are an indication, he is going to be fantastic once he gets his traction. But big shout out to Riding Country, riding a 2009 Street Glide. El Rubio is his name, and he is a sweet ride. And genders have always struck me with motorcycles, you know. I know with ships it's usually a her, a she, a lady. And Betty, of course, my 2005 Ultra Classic, is a lady. Every inch a lady. Sporty here's a guy. It just fits. And I guess it just depends on the personality of the bike. No two are alike. Stand up. Oh yeah. I probably bottomed out the old suspension on that one. But big shout out to Riding Country. I'm loving your stuff, man. And good luck with the motor vlogging, and I hope you stick with it. And I do hope you consider attending next year's Homestead Hootenanny. I would love to meet you and ride with you, my friend. The same goes for a lot of guys that, you know, we all inter-subscribe. It's almost like North Georgia familial inbreeding, I guess. The old family tree don't fork. So we all subscribe to one another, and there are several that have expressed the desire to join us next year. And please do. The more the merrier, in my book. HarleyDayRider has expressed an interest of coming, and I'd love to meet you, Jack. I hope you do attend. Memphis Mike from Memphis. Obviously, Big Easy Rider Mike from Louisiana way. That'd be a haul and a half. I'd love to ride down that way sometime. But but this may be a two-parter. Thing I wanted to touch on, I saw, speaking of HarleyDayRider, he posted a video the last couple of days about the hidden cost of motorcycle ownership, and while I agree with his points, I don't know that I would necessarily call them hidden costs. Those of us that have maintained motor vehicles know that, you know, the purchase price is just the tip of the proverbial iceberg when it comes to paying to keep a vehicle on the road, and of course motorcycles are no different. You know, you buy the bike, we're not even going to talk about accessories or gear or anything like that, because in my opinion the biggest hidden cost of owning a motorcycle is the gear. You can spend a crap ton of money in gear, and I did address this particular topic in one of my early motor vlogs. You can spend a crap ton of money real quick just getting outfitted to ride in all seasons. But as far as the topics that Jack addressed, you're going to have to pay for insurance. If it's financed, you're going to have to carry full coverage. And unless your bike is just so old and you have enough money in the bank to replace it should you lose it, thus being self-insured, you need to carry full coverage on your bike. And you have to be careful with insurance coverages to make sure that you actually do have enough coverage to replace the bike if you were to lose it through theft or accident or what have you. Same goes with cars. But you're going to have that insurance nut, be it liability or full coverage. As you know, both my bikes are 2005 models, and I do carry full coverage on both. This one is not financed any longer. I do own him. Pardon me. I was thinking about the Ultra Classic, which is still financed. With any luck, she'll be paid off within the next year. But I'm still going to maintain full coverage on both motorcycles. You know, I hear about people paying insanely little for motorcycle coverage. I hear of people paying an insanely large amount for motorcycle coverage. Personally, I have State Farm insurance. I've been with State Farm ever since I've been driving. Back when vehicles had stone tires on them and you had to pedal them with your feet. Full coverage for the Sportster here is $28 a month for full coverage. I pay monthly. Like I said, I've been with State Farm forever and a day, so they have no problem. I don't have to put anything down for a term. They just bill me every month, and I pay them every month. The Ultra is $37 a month, rounded up. It's 36 and change, and this one's 27 and change. And of course, it's a multi-policy with my truck. But the funny thing about State Farm is that they do not classify motorcycles as vehicles insofar as that they help with getting you a multi-car discount. And I find that reprehensible. But there's that. Now, living in Georgia, actually within the last 5 years they've changed this, but used to, Georgia was an ad valorem state, and that means that when you go to get your tag renewed every year, they charge you 1% of your vehicle value in tax to pay for road maintenance and road usage and such. So before motorcycles, when I was married, and we usually had 3 vehicles. The longest stretch was, I had a little pickup truck, a little Ranger, and then my daily driver. I've had sports cars and sedans and what have you. But to get tags, and they're due on your birthday every year, I would say I could spend $400 to $500 on car tag renewals every year. Well, they changed that and went to charging you sales tax when you bought a vehicle. They charge you a flat 6% one time. That's Georgia's sales tax rate. And there you are. Since then, and of course, I keep a vehicle forever. When I used to want to trade every couple of years, and I've just gotten to where the older I get, I just buy what I like and I keep it. And it's much cheaper to maintain a vehicle than it is to replace a vehicle. And yes, I have nice vehicles, and I really like my vehicles, but I don't have to have new vehicles. Actually, we've only bought 1 new vehicle my entire adult life, and it was for we bought 2 new vehicles, and they were for my wife. Of course, the second new vehicle was bought like a year or so before the divorce, so she basically had to pay for that one. But to get a tag now, $20 a year. Love it. Now, I do have a prestige plate, a vanity plate, what have you. Different states call them different things. Personalized license plate on my truck. And it's one that I've had since 1989, and I just move it from vehicle to vehicle. And it is Star Trek inspired, and it says warp speed, which is the velocity that I normally travel. So that tag has gotten me out of 1 ticket, and has probably gotten me more than 1 ticket. The coolest instance is when an officer pulled me over, wrote me a ticket, and before she stepped away to go back to her car, she advised me that perhaps I should keep it at impulse speed up through here next time, and I couldn't help but laugh at that. Who says law enforcement doesn't have a sense of humor? But anyway, Georgia has no inspections, no emissions. Well, that varies county by county. Tennessee, where I'm at right now, Chattanooga, Hamilton County does have an emissions, but surrounding counties do not. So folks get around that a lot by, if they have family living in another Tennessee county, they'll just register their vehicles, or say at their mama's house, their uncle's house, or something like that, and run different county plates, which is illegal, yes, but I don't think there's a big hue and cry to go track those people down. So once you get over the initial nut of purchasing a vehicle, it's not very expensive to maintain them here in Georgia. No earthly idea how much it will cost to insure a newer bike, I can only imagine it would be formidable. And, you know, for frame of reference, I have an absolutely clean driving record when it comes to accidents. My last speeding ticket was 3 or 4 years ago. I've never, well, I've been in an accident. I was rear-ended once in the 90s. Do not, you stupid cow. That was entertaining. But had a car rear-end me once in the 90s. Did minor damage to my then Ford Thunderbird I was driving. But I've not had any accidents since. I've caused none. So, knock on wood that my record continues. Fantastic out here this morning. So far, looks like folks are starting to move around a little bit. I don't know about your area, but around here, Saturday morning is yard sale time, and folks get out and set up and sell their junk, or their treasures, as the case may be. One man's junk and all that. Down the road, boys and girls, and I'm going to turn you loose. I hope everybody gets some time to spend on two wheels today. If not, let it be soon. And as always, ride 'em if you got 'em, and live long and prosper.